Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Everything Football and welcome to part 2 of the UEFA Champions League Match Day 1 Fantasy Deadline stream. That was a long intro. That was a very long intro. So, obviously, it's different from the one I just did because the teams have been announced. There's been a couple of changes for other people's teams. For mine, still remains the same. That's how my team is going to be looking like for Match Day 1. So I'm going to change this to Match Day 1 Deadline Stream 2. So send any questions you have, and I'll be answering them until the deadline hits. So make sure questions you have, and I will be answering them. Make sure to join the league as well. That's my league there. It's also in the comments section. You can just click on the link. That's H3UVQC0A09. So make sure to join the league. Make sure to join the league so we can comment and we can compete. And obviously in the future I can be taking a look at your teams in an easy way, in a more easier way. So send in any questions you have about your team and we will be answering them. So Cookie says I'm gonna leave Varane because I think he'll be good long term. I mean, he's been left on the bench. I think you can get so many other different options for that kind of money. I mean, why not go for another United defender? Why not going for another United defender? Maybe Wan-Bissaka or something. Yeah, maybe Varane will start in the future ahead of Lindelof. But for match day 1, they're playing young boys. Unless you have another defender for United, I think they're gonna keep a clean sheet. So you need some. And Exotic says start the stream. I've started the stream, and that's how my team is looking like. So Haaland, Lukaku, and Ronaldo up front. Mount, Gundogan in midfield, and then Kimmich, Reece James, Wan-Bissaka, Hakimi, and Diego Carlos at the back. Desta, Noglu, Llorente, Alvarez, and Kessie on the bench. All these players on the bench are playing on Wednesday, so they'll be coming in for one of these players who doesn't do well. And hopefully all of them do well, but if they don't, someone else will be coming in for them. So that's how my team is looking like. That's how my team is looking like. Despite being on the bench, yeah, very interesting team news from United. Very, very interesting team news from United. Let me just go to Twitter. So I did not expect Varane to be left on the bench, although I never really considered him in any of my teams anyway. It was going to be either Shaw or Wan-Bissaka, really because of their crossing potential. And literally, they'll just be crossing balls to Ronaldo. So if they cross balls to Ronaldo, he'll probably score them, and he'll probably get points for both Ronaldo and Wan-Bissaka or Shaw. So that's why I prefer having Wan-Bissaka or Shaw other than Varane. Varane, I don't know. Will he assist every day? He would. He won't, like he did against Wolves. He won't assist every day. So that's the unfortunate thing. But yeah, there is a league code. Send in any other questions you have. Send in any other questions you have. So taking a look at United's team news, I can see De Gea, Lindelof, Maguire, Pogba, Ronaldo, Fred, Bruno Fernandes, Shaw, Sancho, Wan-Bissaka, and Van der Beek. So that's going to be interesting. No Greenwood, no Varane, Lingard obviously on the bench. You expected that. Martial on the bench, but Fernandes behind Ronaldo. I mean, I think he'll also bang today. I think he'll also get a couple of points today. So we have to wait and see. But that is how my team is looking like. That's how my team is looking like. Make sure to join the league. There is a code on screen: H3UVQC0A09. Sevilla as well. I've seen a couple of my players are starting. I really wanted Suso to be in my team. I don't know if I can get him in at all because Sevilla are playing against Salzburg. So I really want him in my team. I don't know where I can get him into my team. I really want Mount. I don't really have to have Gundogan in the team. Suso is 7 point something million. I really want Sevilla cover, man. I really want Sevilla cover in my team. Hi, Exotic. Cookie says, I just pray Donnarumma starts for PSG over Navas when the time comes because they have Scott Carson as backup. I mean, that is very risky. Having both PSG goalkeepers, I think having both PSG goalkeepers would have been good since one of them is going to start, but one of them is too risky because there's chance for too much potential in their team, there's too much rotation in their team in terms of goalkeepers, even at the back. Like when Ramos comes back, who's going to be sitting on the bench? And I absolutely do not like their midfield. They have way too many midfielders. Wijnaldum, Verratti, so many choices they can have, and that just puts me off. So yeah, I don't think I'll make any changes to my team. I really like Kimmich, James, Bissaka, Hakimi, Carlos. I have no problem with the defense. I have no problem with the goalkeepers. Midfield, Mount and Gundogan. I don't know. Mount is going nowhere. Gundogan could potentially, if you, I'm going to be tempted by anyone else. It could be someone from, let me try and make transfers. Probably someone from Sevilla or something. Let me try and take a look at Sevilla, how Sevilla is looking like. I'd really want someone from Sevilla in terms of attacking. They keep a lot of clean sheets, but they're playing Salzburg at home, so it would easily be something for them there. So Haaland, let's see. Who could come in from them? Nesri is playing, but he's a forward, so there's no forward in my team who's going out. As I said about Lamela, Lamela, I did not expect him to start anyway, so I'm not shocked with that. Suso, 7 million. Suso is only 7 million, so it could directly be a replacement for Gundogan. Or I could even take out Frank Kessié. I bring in someone who'll cost me 4.5 million or something, and then maybe take out Alvarez. No, I don't want to take out Alvarez. I really want someone to play for me from Sevilla up front. I don't know what to do. Gundogan, I really don't want to take out Gundogan. So if I take out Kessie and I take out Alvarez, that will be 10 million pounds plus the 5 I have. So 10.5 minus 7, still short, man. I'll still be short. 3.5, I'll still be short in terms of having players in my team, in terms of having the enough budget in my team. So that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. So Alvarez is staying. Kessie, I don't think I'll have any Sevilla player, and unfortunately, who else is starting? Is there any other cheaper option in their midfield, Sevilla? Any other cheaper option in Sevilla's midfield? I don't think so. I don't think there is, though. It's going to be really hard. But as for my team, that is how it stands right now. I don't think I'll be making any changes. I really wanted a Sevilla player up front, but I think I'll have to go without. I think I will have to go without. So I'm sticking with that. The back five, the middle two, and the front three. That's how I'm sticking. That's how I'm going to stick. So send in any questions you have about your team, and we can get started on the Champions League season. I don't think my team will change. Let me take it up a bit. I think it's not playing enough. I think that's better. Yeah, I think that's way much better. I think that's way much better. So make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to subscribe. And yeah, send in any questions you have. The deadline will be in just 25 minutes. You only have 25 minutes to change your teams. Only 25 minutes to change your teams. But for me, I think I'm happy with my team. I usually don't like overthinking stuff. Usually do not like overthinking stuff. Every time I overthink stuff, you start making changes that you don't want to make. So send in any questions you have, and we'll try to answer them. I think I'm happy with my team. The strikers have said no, I'm not changing my strikers at all. The goalkeepers, I'm not changing them. I'm not taking out James or Kimmich. Wan-Bissaka is now starting, so I'm not taking him out. Hakimi definitely not going out, and Carlos not going out. So the only two changes I could possibly make are Gundogan or Kessie, because I really wanted a Sevilla guy up front, maybe a Sevilla midfielder or a Sevilla. I don't know. I really want a Sevilla midfielder, and Kessie is the only one who could probably go out. But Kessie has been on penalties for AC Milan. And Gundogan always goes forward for City, so it's going to be a nightmare taking him out. I think I'd be happy with this team. I think I'd be happy with this team going into match day one. Obviously, in the next match day, you get a couple of subs. There's a wild card. There's unlimited subs, and the group stage ends. So you can always make changes. But as of now, I think I'm happy that if Lukaku doesn't score, hi exotic. If Lukaku doesn't score, we can have Haaland as the captain tomorrow. That's the good thing with UCL fantasy. You can always change your captain the next day. Hopefully that improves things. Let's see. Some transfers. Here are some transfers. De Gea in over Donnarumma. Yeah, United cover for their defenders. So took out Varane for Davies. Davis as in which Davis? Let's see. Risky, but I needed Donnarumma out after considering the Navas risk, but De Gea starting. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good option. PSG have City in their group and those kind of teams. I don't think they'll keep that many clean sheets anyway. And they also have Leipzig, a team they played last season. So De Gea in for Donnarumma. I'm happy though. Alphonso Davies of Bayern Munich. I think that's good enough. I think that's good enough. Bayern Munich, Barcelona. I mean, Barcelona. I don't expect them to keep a clean sheet against Barcelona, but the other games, Benfica, Dynamo, KIEV will probably keep a clean sheet. And the way he goes forward, Davis, I saw him play for Canada the other day. The way he goes forward, it's absolutely amazing. So yeah, I think that's a good sub. I think that's a good sub starting the gear ahead of Donnarumma. We are just not sure whether Donnarumma is going to start, and I think it's too risky. They're very expensive to not be able to start. And let's take a look at those players, how much ownership they have. I had it somewhere here. Varane was owned by 29%. 29% would be very disappointed. So hopefully 29% of those players are online right now to make subs to another United defender. And for Donnarumma, I had Donnarumma somewhere. It'll cost you 6 million. 6 million is way too much not to be sure about someone starting. And there are very many other goalkeepers who, if you want to really get expensive goalkeepers, you could have someone like an Oblak for 6.5 million. I mean, all good options, all very, very good options, but I'd prefer the gear ahead of Donnarumma because he's guaranteed to start. He's guaranteed to start. So there's the league code again. If you want to join the league, make sure to join the league so we can compete. So fixture-wise, we have Young Boys against United and Sevilla against Salzburg kicking us off. And then at night, we have Barcelona and Bayern Munich, Dynamo, KIEV, and Benfica. Villarreal will host Atalanta. Lille will play against Wolfsburg. We'll have Chelsea against Zenit. We'll have Malmo against Juventus. We'll also have Besiktas against Dortmund tomorrow. And then Sheriff also against Shakhtar in the early fixtures tomorrow. Club Brugge will play against PSG. Man City will play against Leipzig. Atletico Madrid will face FC Porto. Liverpool will take on AC Milan, a very good game there. Inter Milan against Real Madrid, a big one, and also Sporting against AJAX. So some really good fixtures, I'd like to have an AJAX midfielder somewhere. I have Alvarez, but I'd like a more attacking midfielder. I'd like someone from Liverpool, obviously, but I really can't afford them. I'd really like someone from Sevilla's midfield to play. I mean, I could really go for Suso instead of Gundogan. I'm really tempted to make the change from Gundogan to Suso. Let's take a look at how many points did Gundogan get last season. I'm really not sure if he's going to start for City tomorrow. That is what worries me. That's the only thing that worries me about Gundogan. If he'll start or not start tomorrow. That's the only thing. He played 1,040 minutes last season. He scored 3 goals. He kept 1 clean sheet. And yeah, his ball recovery is quite good. So I don't think I have any need of taking out Gundogan from my team. I don't think I'll need to take out Gundogan from my team. So yeah, I think I'm happy with this team. I think that's how I'm going to be going for match week 1. Just pray. Yeah, you can't have 6 million midfielder, different goalkeeper while praying. You really have to have someone who's definitely going to start. So join the league in the description and in the comment section. Make sure to join the league. So you can take a look at United's starting lineup. Let me bring it here somewhere. You can take a look at United's starting lineup. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo, we're expecting both of them to do pretty well against Young Boys. Just imagine if Young Boys shocks everyone and ends up winning the game 2-0. Just imagine that, like the way Istanbul did to United last season. It's going to be really, really sad if you own like Ronaldo or Bruno Fernandes, both of them in your team. So let's take a look at how they've lined up for today. Let's take a look at how they've lined up for today. Expand this. So they have De Gea in goal. Maguire and Lindelof. I'm quite surprised. I thought Varane would definitely start. I thought they were actually bringing in Varane to United to actually help them in the Champions League. So I'm really surprised that they kept him out. Obviously, they're playing Young Boys. Let's not forget. They also have let's make this smaller. They also have Wan-Bissaka, obviously, and Shaw. They'll also have Fred and Pogba in midfield, Bruno Fernandes, Sancho, and a start for Van der Beek and also Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously. So that is how United is looking like. So I don't know how much is Van der Beek. I'd love to know how much Van der Beek is. It is going to be very interesting to know how much Van der Beek is. Take a look. Van der Beek, Van der Beek. Let me stop sharing that screen first. So I'd like to know how much Van der Beek is because he's starting for United and against young boys. If you're feeling very, very brave, you could always go for someone like a Van der Beek. You could always go for someone like a Van der Beek in your team. See, interested in this game with Ronaldo, Pogba, now De Gea all in. Yeah, you're really supporting United now. Huh? You're really supporting United in this game. So, how much is Van der Beek going to be in this game? Let's take a look. Make transfers. Let's go to Man United. Man United midfielders. Man United. I wonder how much Van der Beek is. I've never taken a look at 5.5. Van der Beek is 5.5. Wow. Wow, I could be very, very interested to bring him in, by the way. I could actually bring him in for someone like Frank Kessie. 5.5 million. I'm actually going to make that sub right now. I don't know, 5.5 million. 5.5 million is great. Let's take a look. Let's bring in. The problem with Van der Beek is that he could get subbed off anytime. That is my worry. I don't want players who could get subbed off. So yeah, Van der Beek is into my team. I've taken out Frank Kessie for Van der Beek. You've seen it live. Let me make that transfers. Let me make that transfer. Frank Kessie is out. Van der Beek is in. And that is the transfer I'm definitely going to make. Confirmed transfer. So I've brought him in. Van der Beek is into my team for a 1 week punt. I've brought him in as a 1 week punt. So Frank Kessie, really liked him because he's on penalties, but hey, we want players who are definitely going to start. So over here, let's bring in Van der Beek. Let's make this transfer. Let's bring in Van der Beek for who? Van der Beek for Mason Mount or Gundogan for tomorrow. Barcelona are playing today. Chelsea are playing today. These ones are playing today. Club Brugge is playing today. Diego Carlos is playing today. So let's bring him in place of Gundogan, and then we'll make the transfer later. So that is looking really good. I think that with Van der Beek, I think with United playing against young boys, I mean, it could be goals. So Van der Beek could get one for himself, and I think the United players would want to try and get him a goal. Although Ronaldo is in the same team, they'll still try and get him a goal somewhere. So I've made that sub. I've decided to make that sub. Switch order. Let me switch the order of this. Gundogan comes in as the first sub. Erente there, and then yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I think that is how my team is going to line up now. Yep, I am happy with that. Absolutely. Van der Beek as a punt. I've gone for Van der Beek as a punt. I have 3 United players now, and that is how my team is looking like. So yeah, 50 minutes to the deadline. I wanted to keep this at around 20 minutes. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to join the league there. And yeah, that's how my team is looking like. Make sure to join the league so that next week you can take a look at your team as well. I've brought in Van der Beek for this match. And yeah, thank you for watching. Keep staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.